Hi everyone, this is Power and Science and Maths TV. In this video, we are to expand x into bracket x plus 2y exponent 3. Now, if you are new on this channel, if this happens to be part of the content you are looking for, please don't hesitate to subscribe to this channel and get acquainted with this channel by going through my previous videos. After which I'll be glad if you recommend this channel to others. Like I said, we are to expand into bracket x plus 2y all exponent 3, and I'm going to present two different approaches. The first approach has to do with a principle called the Pascal's principle. The Pascal's principle. Now, what is this Pascal's principle? The Pascal's principle says that if I am expanding, for example, x plus 2y, it says that the coefficient will be of, let's say, the terms, that is x and 2y, the terms will be 1 and 1. Then if you are expanding x plus 2y all squared, the coefficient of the terms x and 2y will be 1. So this first number will appear as the first, then you add the 2, so 1 plus 1 becomes 2, so that becomes the coefficient of the second term in this expansion. Then lastly, this one will come. Then it says that if you are expanding x plus 2y exponent 3, the coefficient of the terms in the expansion become this first term, this first number will come, so that's 1. Then you add 1 plus 2, that will give 3. Then you move on, you add 2 plus 1, that will also give 3. Then lastly, this one will come. So what it means is that if you are expanding this, we are expected to see 2 terms. But if you are expanding x plus 2y all exponent 2, we should expect 3 terms. And the coefficient of the terms are obtained from what you have here. That is the first term. The first term will have a coefficient of 1, and the second term will have a coefficient of adding these two, so that will give you 2. Then lastly, this one comes. Then if you are expanding x plus 2y exponent 3, this is obtained by, you first of all bring this number, which is 1. Then you add 1 plus 2, that becomes the coefficient of the second term, and then you add this 2 plus 1, that becomes the coefficient of the third term, and lastly you have this. So let me ask you, what do you think will be the coefficient of the terms? Please try. I guess your answer will be this, that first of all we must have 1. Then you add 1 plus 3, making 4. Then you add 3 plus 3, making 6. Then you add 3 plus 1, making 4. Then lastly, the 1 comes. If this is the answer you got, then that's excellent. So we are going to apply the Pascal's principle to expand x plus 2y all exponent 3. So by this principle, what it means is that we are expected to have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms in this expansion. Now, one thing you should know is that the first and the last terms will always take the cube. The highest exponent of the first and the last term will always be what we have here, that is the 3. So let's get into it. So x plus 2y exponent 3, if you are to expand, this will give us the first term will have a coefficient of 1, and it will have an exponent of 3. So that will be x exponent 3 plus the second term must have a coefficient of 3. Then what is going to happen is that we are going to multiply these two, but the exponent of x will reduce by 1. So that will be 3x squared. Then we'll now multiply it by the 2y plus the coefficient of the third term is 3. So that will be 3. Then we are going to multiply these two again, but this time around the coefficient, the exponent of x will reduce by 1 and this will increase by 1. So if you take a look at this, it's reduced by 1. So this, it will further reduce by 1. So we'll be left with x. So that will be 3 times x. Then the 2y will increase in its exponent by 1. Over here, the exponent is 1. So when it gets here, the exponent will be 2 plus the coefficient of the last term should be 1. All right, multiplied by these two, and furthermore the exponent of x will reduce by 1 and the exponent of this will increase by 1. So this will give us x. Remember the coefficient is just 1, but we are multiplying these two, so that will be x. Then it will reduce by 1, so that will be 1 minus 1. Remember the exponent here is 1, so 1 minus 1. Then multiply by 2y. This will increase by 1, so that will be 2 plus 1. So simplifying this will give us x cubed plus, now we are multiplying 3x squared by 2y, so we are going to get 6x squared y plus, over here we are multiplying 3 by x by 2y all squared. Over here the 2y all squared, the 2 will affect the 2, the square will affect the 2, and the square will also affect the y. So that will give us 3 times 2 squared is 4. So we left with x y squared plus x exponent 0 is 1, and so we left with 2y all exponent 3. So this will give us x cubed plus 6x squared y plus 12xy squared plus 2 all squared, 2 all cubed is 8, so 8y cubed. So this is the expansion of x plus 2y all cubed. Now in the second approach, we are going to use a general formula which says that if we have a plus x all exponent n and you are expanding, the first term, which is a, will be raised to the exponent n, so that will be a exponent n plus the second term, the n is going to multiply the product of a, then the exponent of a will reduce by 1 multiplied by the x plus the exponent times the exponent minus 1 divided by 2 factorial. Then you are going to multiply the a, but this time to reduce by 2. Then x, the exponent of x will increase by 1, so that will be 2 plus n into bracket n minus 1 all times another n minus 2 will reduce by further 1 divided by 3 factorial, then a exponent n minus 3, then x will increase by 1, and so on. So we are going to apply this general formula to expand this. And so to do that, x plus 2y exponent 3. In this case, our a is x, and then our x is represented by 2y. So applying this formula, a is x, so that gives us x cubed plus n is 3 multiplied by x will reduce by 1, 3 minus 1 multiplied by x, and x is 2y, plus 3 into bracket 3 minus 1 all divided by 2 factorial. Then we have x exponent 3 minus 2, then 2y squared, plus 3 into bracket 3 minus 1, 3 minus 2 all divided by 3 factorial. Then x will be 3 minus 3, then we have 2y exponent 3. Remember that we can't continue because we must have only 4 terms. Moreover, if the last term is raised to the exponent of the original question, then you end there. So let's look at the number of terms we have here. 1, 2. So 1, 2, then we have 3, then we have 4. We should have only 4 terms. Now to continue, let me break this down. So that will be x cubed plus 3x squared, all right, multiplied by 2y plus 3 times 2 will give us 6. 6 divided by 2 factorial. So this is 6 divided by 2 factorial is 2 times 1. So this will give us x exponent 1. Then we have 2y all squared plus we have 3 times 2 times 1. That will give us 6. So 6 divided by 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. Then we have x exponent 0 is 1. So we're left with 2y exponent 3. So this gives x cubed plus 6x squared y plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. So we have 3x, all right, 3x times, we'll have 4y squared, so that will give us 3 times x times 4y squared plus 6 divided by 3 times 2 is 6 times this will give us 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. So we'll be left with 2y all cubed. And so we'll end up getting x cubed plus 6x squared y plus 12xy squared plus 8y cubed. And this is the same as the previous solution. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll be glad if you make a comment in the comment section. Thank you.